भारत और फ्रांस की साझेदारी का जश्न मनाते हुए आज फ्रांस एम्बेसी नई दिल्ली में बॉन्जोर इंडिया 2022 महोत्सव का शुभारंभ किया गया। महोत्सव के उद्घाटन समारोह में फ्रांस के दूतावास सांस्कृतिक विभाग के द्वारा एक पहल अलायंसेस फ्रेंचाइज और फ्रांस के वाणिज्य दूतावास द्वारा भारत के लोगों को लुभाने के लिए एक पहल की गई है। इस कार्यक्रम में फ्रांस के एम्बेसडर एमेनुअल लीनेन और हेड ऑफ टेरिटरी मिस्टर आयमर लीड करके कॉरपोरेट संस्थागत बैंकिंग बीएनपी परिवास इंडिया, स्वाति जानू संस्थापक डिज़ाइन सहयोगी, गेरडी के केरगुनेक अहमदाबाद भी उपस्थित थे। बॉन्जोर इंडिया की कुछ महत्वपूर्ण घटनाओं में फ्रांस की यात्रा पुणे में 1970 में परमानंद दड़वारी द्वारा खींची गई फ्रांस की तस्वीरें, मुंबई के स्थला को एनेट लीडे के नृत्य प्रदर्शन की तस्वीरें, लोधी गार्डन की ट्विस्ट ऑफ फेट की रंगीन कठपुतलियों का मनोरंजन, लेटेस्ट डांस, फिल्म फेस्टिवल, रिक्शा और कैफे सिनेमा जैसे कार्यक्रमों ने लोगों को मंत्रमुग्ध कर दिया। आइए सुनते हैं क्या कहा फ्रांस के एम्बेसडर एमेनुअल लीनेन ने और कॉर्पोरेट संस्थागत बैंकिंग के पीएनबी परिवास और मिस्टर आयमर लीडे ने। आइए सुनते हैं गेरडी केरगुनेक और सामाजिक डिज़ाइन सहयोगी के संस्थापक स्वाति जानू ने। आइए सुनते हैं।
Mr. Aymar de Beaufort, Head of Territory and Head of Corporate Institutional Banking India for BNP Paribas. Mrs. Swati Janu, founder of Social Design Collaborative. And
wanted to bring to India an exceptional festival, Bonjourn India. Massively and enjoy with us this great moment.
Namaste. Bonjour. Sat Sri Akal. Bonjour.
Here is a snap. His Excellency Emmanuel Lenin, Ambassador of France to India.
Well, thank you for joining today. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, loud and clear?
Yes.
Well, very good. We're delighted to have this festival. We've been experiencing COVID, a lot of postponement, frustrations over the last 2 years and a half, and here it comes. A big festival, and we are the first to restart totally your activities, and you have a great festival ahead of you. I mean, you've seen short snaps about it. It's major. We're going to take place in 19 cities across India. The figures you've seen in the video have been a bit conservative. Actually, it's not 100 plus events, it's 120 events. It's amazing, and it spans, encompasses all forms of arts, expression, from music to theater, to dance, to photography, obviously, paintings, and so on and so forth. And this year is also exceptional because that was 17th anniversary, we know that by heart, about India's independence. And we thought that we should do something very special to also to bring something to the celebrations, and that's this festival. And some events are particularly focused on that. One of the key exhibitions of the program will be about science and about the achievements by India during this 75 years, and you're going to have a great exhibition. So, very proud of that. You can see on the screen the official logo, and let me just explain. All of you are familiar with the little guy on the left corner? No. Who is and who is not? Well, I don't know how to take this silence.
By show of hands, how many people are familiar with the figure?
Well, basically you should know, and you will know in a few seconds, and then you will read, because this is the key character of the most translated novel in the world. I mean, if you take apart religious books like the Bible and others, but I would say mainstream books, that's the most translated. It's being translated in more than 300 languages worldwide. Obviously, India accounts for a lot of these translations, given the diversity of languages in India. It's been translated in Hindi, in Urdu, in Bengali, in Gujarati, in Kannada, in Malayalam, in Urdu, in Punjabi, Rajasthani, and so on and so forth. And we felt it would be a very good sample, because once you will have read this novel, you will see it's a novel which is about friendship. And we felt it was the perfect symbol of what we wanted to stress between our two countries. It's also a novel about youth, and we feel that given the fact that India is one of the youngest countries, most dynamic in the world, it would be also very, very appropriate. So, so much for the logo, but really keep that in mind and try to read it. Pleasure in watching this great program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador. And now that COVID is maintained or contained, we can be a bit more festive. We wanted it to be open to all. Most of the events are free. We wanted it to be inclusive. Several events are about gender and inclusivity. We wanted it to look at our common history, but also to be forward-looking. The ambassador mentioned, so our goal is to have French and Indian artists work together to new projects. We wanted it to be reciprocal, and as the ambassador said, there is Namaste France coming in France soon. And we really wanted it to be top-notch and bring some of the best French artists to India. Just one example here, a short film from a ballet company, Blancali. It's one of the most famous ballet company in France right now, and they're coming to India for 3 performances in Mumbai, Delhi, and Hyderabad. Just a snapshot.
So, Mr. Ambassador, first, many thanks for the kind words. And obviously, BNP Paribas is extremely happy to participate to this event. And personally, I am extremely happy to be here and represent the bank. In the room today, you may have a legitimate question: is why a bank, why a financial institution, is sponsoring such a great event? And I need to give you some backdrop of the story, or at least the way I see it. 2022 is a very special year for BNP Paribas because we are celebrating 200 years of existence as a bank, which I think is a significant anniversary. And if you keep this number, 200, and I tell you now that we are celebrating 162 years of presence in India, it really means that India is very high on the agenda of the bank. And obviously, the main purpose of BNP Paribas is to be the bridge between France and India and help French companies and later European companies to come to India, and hopefully also the other way around, to help Indian company moving to France and to Europe. And obviously this strategy remains very important. But as you may know or not, BNP Paribas is the bank of a changing world, and we see our mission going much beyond the economical duty that we have. And more big group like BNP Paribas, and we are not the only one, hopefully, we give lots of importance to what we call commonly the CSR, the corporate social responsibility. And doing that, the good thing is obviously that today we employ more than 14,000 Indians in India, and I think we are going to grow much more. But we want to be closer to our community. And we want to do it because this is the duty of the bank. And we want also, and the ambassador explained it very well, we believe that as long as people understand each other, there is more development coming. And the culture is this vehicle. The culture is the vehicle that people understand the other community, the other country much better. And then this trigger willingness to do more together. So the bridge between France and India through economy, we try to do our best. But the bridge, the cultural bridge, is Bonjourn India. And we are extremely happy with our small piece to participate to make this event successfully. So this is the way BNP Paribas, as a bank, is a sponsor of a wonderful event. Bonjourn India.
Thank you very much. We're glad to have you as a sponsor. We're glad to have you as a partner. Because in the program there are arts that are very close to the bank and its willingness to invest in some of these artistic fields. So thank you very much.
This is Swati Janu, but that's all right. Good afternoon, everyone. Bonjour, namaste. City for All is a participatory public art project to think about and discuss the role of gender in shaping our diverse urban experiences. Now, public spaces in Indian cities, like in France, like across the world, are predominantly occupied by cis heterosexual men as our positions of power, spaces of power in our society. Now, who designs our cities and for whom is the central question of the project. While traveling through the cities of Jaipur, Chandigarh, Ahmedabad, Pune, Bangalore and Delhi, the idea is to ask the question, how can we design inclusive cities for people from all genders, all sexualities, all ages, all abilities, regardless of caste, class, religion and economic background. And finally, can the design of public spaces, can city planning help us in achieving gender equality? Now, the project is based on neighborhood mapping activities in the 6 cities and on-street discussions, which will be facilitated by our local partners who are deeply embedded in the communities that we are going to work with. An important part of the project is an online Indo-French student collaboration. So there are students from 7 French universities and 12 Indian universities who are being paired up. Very similar to how we used to write letters to our pen pals. Remember when we were in school, we had these friends abroad, sometimes they were imaginary, but in this case they're real. So the idea is to pair a French student with an Indian student, this has already been done, and to reflect on their relationship with their own city. Now these reflections are going to be shared as a part of an exhibition along with the maps from the different neighborhoods, the local histories, the narratives which emerge from this 6-week-long process. And the exhibition will be in the form of a 2-day exhibition at a central location in every city, which is open to everyone. So please do join us in these different cities, invite your friends and family. And finally, from the 6 cities, the exhibition will travel to France, to the city of Lyon, where we will be joined by our French collaborator, the very well-known French anthropologist Chris Blush. And we will continue the conversation there because it's really important. The Indian and the French have a lot to learn from each other, and the challenges that we face are very similar. And that is why together we can find collective solutions, collective ideas. So please help us amplify this discussion. The idea is to create a discourse in the public realm on gender equality when it comes to the rights of women, transgender people, non-binary people, and also men.